Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. WC landed, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got the first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. But I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet and feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, but do you really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis on the Union Avenue. Followed them up the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see him, they just hovered around his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down on the Jungle Room. I've been walking in Memphis, walking with my feet and feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, do you really feel the way I feel? They got catfish on the table, they got gospel in the air, and the Reverend Green be glad to see you when you gotta pray. But boy, you gotta pray in Memphis. Now Muriel plays the piano every Friday at the Hollywood. And they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little number. And I sang with it all my night. And she said to me, "Are you a Christian child?" I said, "Ma'am, I am tonight. I'm walking in Memphis, walking on my feet and feet for the field, walking in Memphis. But do you really feel the way I feel?" Yes, I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet and feet for the field, walking in Memphis. Do you really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. Yeah, touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. Well, howdy there, pluckers. I was Saw Fingers again with another hopefully interesting song for you. This is obviously Walking in Memphis from a gentleman called Marc Cohn, and it's obviously a very piano based song, so this is my easy peasy sort of transcribed version for a single acoustic guitar. Okay, it's somewhat simplified as you gather, but you know, I think it's not too bad. Okay, as a Campfire version or something. Right then, boys and girls, the tuning is standard. I'm not using any capos, as you can see, and we're doing it in the key of C, which is the same key as the original recording from Marc Cohn. Okay, so chord wise this song is quite simple, most of it. There's only some slight differences in the instrumental stroke bridge section, but mainly it's C, A minor, F and G for my simple Campfire version of it. Okay, so the intro and all the verses are played arpeggiated, okay, and the choruses are strummed. So for the verse, the intro, this is how I do it, and also all the verses. Okay, so what am I doing there? Right, so I'm starting off with a basic F shape, and I'm playing 4-3-2. And try and emphasise the first note, because on the piano, if you listen to the original recording, there's a lot of initial note. It's quite loud, sort of quite sort of prominent note. So what I'm doing on the first chord, the F, try and play the first note, the root note, slightly louder if you can, or hit it slightly louder or harder. So and then you go up to a G chord, but it's played as an F shape. So you just move the F shape up 2 frets to the 3rd fret, and you play again 4-3-2. Now we go to C, standard C chord, and we're playing 5-4-3, and into an A minor, and again it's 5-4-3. Okay, but so we go. So we do twice round for the intro, and then we carry on doing that for the first verse and all the other verses as well, so we play the same way. Okay, so put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane, touched down in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. I'm talking in Memphis. That goes straight into the first chorus, and when you get to the first chorus you can start strumming, and basically it's C, A minor, F and G. Now the G I'm using on the chorus is this standard open G type shape, because I'm strumming. Okay, so it comes out of that last line of the first verse where it goes, but I'm as blue as a boy can be, then I'm looking in Memphis, walking with my feet at the 10 feet of the beer, walking in Memphis. But do you really feel the way I... And right at the end, after that last G, the way I feel is you go back to an F add 9 for some more arpeggiated bits. Okay, and all that is, it's the basic F chord but lift off the 2nd finger, so the 3rd string is open. Okay, F add 9, and it's just 4-3-2. Then change it to an A minor 7th by just keeping the 1st finger where it is, but lowering the 4th string to the 2nd fret. It's like an A minor 7th shape. Open 3rd again, 2nd on the 4th. Okay, and you play that one once. Okay, so it's, and then you hit that 4th string 2nd fret on its own, then the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and back to the 2nd on the 4th. So it's okay, and then we're into verse 2, and we're back to the F, G, C, A minor like we did in verse 1. Okay, so from the first chorus where it goes, I'm walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet up on the beer, walking in Memphis. But do you really feel the way I feel? Next verse, saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue. Followed him up to the gates of Greeceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now, security, they did not see him, they just hovered round his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. Right, so that's basically the same as verse 1, but different words. And on the very last line where it goes waiting for the king, you go into an F chord and stop. And that goes down in the jungle room, that bit, yeah? So it goes, they just hovered round his tomb. There's a little pretty thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. And then it's back into the C A minor again. But I've been waiting for this. That's exactly the same as verse chorus number 1, where it goes, when I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the field, walking in Memphis. But do you really feel the way I feel? Now, feel, this is where the instrumental comes in after the end of the second chorus, and the way I've arranged it, it comes, do you feel the way I feel? What I'm doing there is I'm playing a C11 to a C chord. Okay, it's just a bar across the first 5 strings on the 3rd fret. I'm not playing the bottom E string. 5 downwards. Okay, and it's like to a C twice. The same again. Like a catfish on the table. They got gospel in the air. Right now, I'm Reverend Green is on green, it's an E7. So it's an E chord with the 3rd finger off, open 4th string, yeah? All 6 strings, right? So coming out of that green, we're glad to, then we go up to an F or an F7. So if you're playing a bar chord F, just take your pinky off, then you've got an F7, or you could just play an F. Okay, whichever is easier for you. Okay, so it's, and Reverend Green, be glad to, either this one, see you, or just a standard F, yeah? So, and Reverend Green, we're glad to see you. Okay, when you haven't is F sharp diminished 7. Now, that's one way of playing it is like that. 1st fret of the 4th string, 1st finger. 2nd finger's playing the 1st fret of the 2nd string, the B string. 3rd finger's playing the 2nd on the 3rd string, the G string, and pinky's playing the 2nd on the top E string there. 4 downwards. Okay, so that's 1. So it goes Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got a G7 prayer, G bar chord G7, major shape bar chord 3rd fret, pinky off, or you could just play a standard G7. Okay, like so. Okay, so it's Reverend Green, be glad to see you if you haven't got a prayer. Or you could play the E7, you could play that as an F sharp diminished 7. On my demo I played it like this. It's another way of playing F sharp diminished 7. 2nd on the 3rd, 1st finger. 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger. 4th fret of the 4th string, the D string with your 3rd finger, and 4th fret of the 2nd string with your pinky. 5 down to 2. Just those inside strings. 5, 4, 3, 2. So, dream to with you, but he hasn't got a clue. Or the easier way of doing it. I'm glad to see you, but you haven't got a clue. Okay? Then there's that line, but boy, you've got a prayer in Memphis. And when it gets to Memphis, you start like the intro, you do the intro twice again. And then you go into another verse exactly the same as verse 1. You know, you just carry on doing that arpeggiated. And you play the piano every Friday at Hollywood. And they brought me down to see her and asked me if I would do a little number. And I sang it with all my might. And she said, tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. And then you do that walking in, you do the chorus again. I'll be walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis. Do you really feel the way I feel? Then I'm walking in repeat Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis. Do you really feel the way I feel? Bit of a pause, and then you play the intro again. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the middle of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Here comes my backing singers. Just in time for the finish. Well, thanks very much for watching and hope you enjoyed that little simplified Campfire version of a lovely song, Walking in Memphis, from Marc Cohn. Okay, thanks very much for watching, listening. See you in the next lesson.